Hey everybody, Big Anklevich here, podcaster, author, and carnivore. It is day 49 of the Beef, Butter, Bacon, and Eggs Challenge here on Big Anklevich on Health. Okay, we've got some videos here on our daily exploits. Me and Marshall are talking all about it. Let's head over and see what we got to say. Okay, it is day 49, and yeah, it's been a good day. Today I got the rest of that ground beef that I cooked up yesterday. There's just a tiny bit left, and I warmed that up in the microwave and ate what was left of that. And then I had finally made it out to Costco. So I had some bacon, and this time I got the cheaper bacon, so I don't know. Wasn't quite as good, but it was still pretty good. I mean, it's bacon. But yeah, I had myself a pound of bacon, and I ate that, and I had myself a lot of butter, a little bit of butter with each bite of bacon. And, you know, mixing butter with bacon makes for quite a tasty treat, let me tell you. And then I finished that off with 6 eggs, and that was a struggle to get all those eggs down, but I went ahead and finished it because I'm trying to eat enough and get plenty of fat. And I think that was part of the problem, is that I ate so much butter that I was full. But yeah, I think I did pretty well, and haven't been hungry since. Been just fine, and that's the way it should be, shouldn't it?
Hey, it's day 49 of the Beef, Butter, Bacon, and Egg Challenge. And yeah, let me take you right to a picture of what I'm eating today, what I've had to eat today. I tricked you. Yes, that's an empty plate. I am fasting today. I'm not eating anything. I haven't really had any problems with hunger pains or anything like that. So, of course, now's about the time I would eat. Well, maybe not right now, but in about an hour is probably the time that I would usually eat every day. So I'm not really fasting beyond what I typically do. So that's something, I guess, to think about. Maybe tomorrow I'll have a little bit more temptations or hunger, or, you know, I'll want to eat more. But I don't know. I've done a 48-hour fast before, and yeah, I just have to stay focused, keep busy, keep my mind going. But we'll see how that goes tomorrow. So yeah, I don't have much to tell you about anything eating today. I guess this is the dilemma that Big has when he's recording every day and fasting. I haven't gotten cold today, but again, I'm not fasting beyond what I typically do. So we'll see what happens with that tomorrow as well. One of the things I was thinking about, you know, right now it's harvest season, right? So a lot of things are coming in. People that have fruit trees are bringing in fruit to work. There's a couple boxes of peaches sitting there at work, ready to eat. And that's one thing. It's hard for me to think of peaches and apples and things like that, especially things that aren't available all the time. So more so peaches and pears and things like that. That fresh, not the canned, the stuff that's been sitting in sugar syrup. But just basic, you know, fresh fruit right off the trees. There's fruit stands all over the place. It's really hard for me to think of that as garbage food, right? I mean, that's good quality, fresh stuff. Yes, it's got lots of sugar in it. Peaches are full of sugar. Fruit is full of sugar. And so if I'm a sugar addict, I should avoid it. You know, honestly, I don't know if I'm going to avoid eating a peach for the rest of my life, you know. Those evil plants. You know? I always come back to that. I always say it mostly in jest, but it's not like drinking a soda or something like that. Yes, I know, I get it. You know, the sugar is in it, and you know, it still does the same things to me that if I was eating a spoonful of sugar or something like that. But every once in a while, like once or twice a year, having a peach, it's probably not that big a deal. Yeah, it's going to take me out of ketosis. Yeah, it's going to spike my insulin for that moment. So I don't know. I'm just trying to figure this out long term, right? At 90 days, yeah, I'm good. I can do beef, butter, bacon, egg 90 days. I can do carnivore as a general lifestyle, I think, for the rest of my life. But never to have a peach, I don't know. Is it that important that I have a peach? Probably not. But just some of the thoughts that I've had today about the long-term life goal of this way of eating. And I guess only time will tell. And but I don't want to get to the fact that, oh, I've eaten a peach, so now I'm going to have ice cream, and now I'm going to have a bunch of cookies. Now I'm going to have soda every day because I ate that peach. You know, I don't want to get into that kind of a situation. But if it's like, hey, there's a peach, I'm going to eat it, and then I'm done. You know, that kind of thing. Is that like having one drink? Being an alcoholic and having one drink? It's just one drink, right? I don't know. I'll have to figure that out for myself. But don't have to worry about it today. I am fasting. And for now, I'm just going to keep going.
All right, that's some interesting comments that you got there, Marshall. My response to what you have to say is, you know, peaches aren't evil, okay? I think when it comes down to it, they're one of the, you know, better things that you could eat from the plant kingdom. One thing that you have to remember about all food is that none of it wants to be eaten. Just like you don't want to be eaten. And you'll do what you have to prevent yourself from being eaten. So if a bear comes after you, or we'll put it this way, if you're in an environment where a bear might come after you, you might, you know, prepare for that. You might have bear spray or a gun, something to frighten that bear away so it doesn't eat you. And animals are similar. They have things to protect themselves. They have horns, they have hooves that they can hit you with, they have claws, they have sharp teeth, all these things that they can do to protect themselves. Plants, they're different. They don't have any of that kind of stuff. They can't run away. They can't attack. Instead, they just have to make themselves undesirable to be eaten. And so they do that with plant compounds. You know, they make chemicals that will make you feel bad. You know, when you think about it, like how many of the plants would you, you know, you walk out your door, would you just start eating the grass off of the ground? Would you eat the leaves off the bushes? Why not? Well, because those things are going to do you harm. A lot of plants are so toxic that they'll, you know, your mouth will just be full of, you know, will just turn to sores immediately from the stuff that gets in it, and it could, you know, seriously hurt you. I've seen some of the things that have happened to people who thought, hey, I want to try eating this house plant. Now, fruits are probably the least bad of these kind of things, but they are those kind of things. They are still going to cause you problems. It'll be a long, slow process. Instead of a quick trip to it. But the real thing about peaches, apples, pumpkin pie, wait, that's not what we're talking about. Peaches and apples and fruits and watermelon and things like that that seem, well, they're harmless, right? It's just no big deal. What really matters is you. How broken are you? I know that I am so broken. If I was to have a peach, then yeah, like Marshall said, I would be eating ice cream. That probably within 24 hours, you know, I'd be like, okay, this is going to be just the one time. I'm just going to eat a peach. And the next thing, well, I mean, I had a peach, so I might as well have this piece of cake. Oh, well, I might as well. I mean, I had a piece of cake, so I mean, you know, it's the one time I'm going to splurge. And then it'd be a year and a half later, and I would be twice as fat as I was when I started. And, you know, twice as sick. And yeah, that's the real thing. I think the difference between peaches in general and peaches in our modern world is, you know, the environment that we're in. We've all been raised in this crap environment where it's, you know, eat, have sugary stuff as much as possible. Have a treat. You deserve a treat.
Here, munch this. Here, munch that. Oh, you're not just bored, you're fat.
Watch out for the munchies. That is what our world is like. And it's really hard to dig yourself out of that paradigm. And only very recently have I, you know, in my life have I discovered that carnivore can really help you. That, you know, keto and carnivore and, you know, taking it even as far as us with the beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. This can really give you a leg up. But even that is still not enough. It takes a lot of mental work. You have to convince your mind. Because, yeah, I mean, I don't know how much of a sugar addict you are, Marshall. Are you somebody that can do that? Will you be able to eat a peach and then just not go back? Just have that one peach and then be like, okay, that was the thing. I'm not doing anything more. Or will you be someone who goes, well, I mean, I already had a peach, so, I mean, might as well, right? Because that is what I do all the time to myself. And I have learned, you know, I've seen a guy who says, you know, there's two different kinds. There's two different kinds of people. There's moderators and abstainers. Some people can moderate what they eat. They can just be like, no, I can just eat this one and not eat more. And then there's other that just can't, and they need to abstain or else they will go off the rails. And that's what I would do. And I really get the feeling that most people that have come to carnivore are abstainers, not moderators. They wouldn't have gotten to what they were like in the first place if they were moderators. You wouldn't have become, you know, somebody that's overweight and in need of help. I wouldn't have become someone who was so sick, you know, got diabetes and sleep apnea and all these other issues if I was a moderator. And so, yeah, there may come a day when I try a peach again, but I know that it's got to be at least 5 years from now, if not more, because it's going to be a while before I am 100% certain that I could moderate things. And, you know, the last thing that I would want to do is throw away the progress that I've made. I've done that too many times to count. I've thrown away, made a lot of great progress in various different things. Made progress as a writer, made progress with diets, made progress with education, with other things, and then thought, well, now that I've done that, I can, you know, take some time off or whatever. I can have a cheat day. And yeah, then all the progress I made was down the tubes, lost. And so that's my plan. And I guess everybody has to decide on that, their own plan themselves. But I would recommend to most people, give yourself a long time before you test it. Because it sometimes takes a long time to get back to where you were at. That's my message for today here on Big Anklevich on health.